In an ancient time, when a terrible evil threatens the land, only one man can save the world.
Say what? Get out of here.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Oh, we'll just take off that broken record.
I say.
Here, hold my earrings while I take this monster down. I've got your back, darling. We just might burn down this town. Oh no, oh yeah. When you're up against a challenge and you need a helping hand, we've got an arsenal of fireballs, steel stilettos, and a cat. Oh yeah.
Hi, and welcome to Here Hold My Earrings. I'm your DM, Al, and today we have Henrietta, Yvonne, Laura, Susan, and Daria. Henrietta.
Hi, I'm Henriette. I'm from Norway, and I play a Kalstar druid named Dalin.
Yvonne.
Hi, I'm Yvonne from Canada, and I play Cracker, a half-orc barbarian.
Laura.
Hi, I'm Laura from Germany, and I'm playing Byleth, a Dragonborn wizard.
Susan.
Hi, I'm Susan. I'm from America, and I'm playing a half-elven bard named Moxie.
Daria.
Hey, I'm Daria. I'm from Poland, and I play Zenis, a tiefling sorcerer.
Excellent. And I think it was Daria. No, I'm just kidding. Laura, who's going to do the recap. Raising Daria's blood pressure. Oh, I can hear the sighing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize. Yes, please go ahead, Laura.
Alright, so, Zagmoy, the god of decay, is feeding on Igmorgus while we're just standing there. And her guards are just morphing around her, being all weird shapes and forms. And then suddenly, a decomposing drow grabs Cracker and says Ganador, which is Elvish for, I think it was stop it. And then we are hit with a large amount of spores. It's not the bad kind of spores, but like the magical kind. There's like phasers involved. And suddenly we are falling and we are turned into drows with different classes, and we don't know what's going on or who's who. And then one drow that apparently knows more than us says that we need to stop Zagmoy from giving birth, to stop Ganador, to stop the infestation, and if we don't stop her, we are forever turned into drows. And her name is Nurlas. We are from House Milan, and we're guardians of the secret Shin, and we are there in the name of Lolth, of course. And all of Toril will be destroyed if we don't kill Zagmoy. Nurla says that we just have to get close enough to distract our foes. Then Nurlas would throw a necklace of fireballs onto them, which would then kill them. And then Zagmoy and Ganador, so Jublex, appear, and we are moving onto Iggy. And Nurlas also says that Jublex is the greater threat, but Zagmoy must be killed. And Jublex was imprisoned by Lolth before, so he is a bit weakened. So then Jublex summons formless creatures like oozes and gelatinous cubes, and they begin to spread around. And we try to stealthily sneak up on our foes. And after some time, we hear some clicking under a mushroom, and we're very nervous, but they're just ants, huge ants, but they don't seem to notice us or want to fight us. They're just snacking on a mushroom and taking it with them, but unfortunately the noise made the oozes, come in our direction, and we hide. We hope they're just after the ants and they just wouldn't notice us, but then Olaf the warlock dashes, and the oozes notice that, and they come up to us, and we get involved in combat. They're very slow, but we're chaotic evil, so we want to kill them all, and we're very selfish with that. So it didn't go as planned. Aeslisen, the cleric, she dies from the gelatinous cube. And Sevalier, the ranger, she keeps falling unconscious. She also got split up from the party a bit. And our leader, Nerlas, also gets engulfed by yet another gelatinous cube. And it's just pure chaos. And then the transformed Cracker, she runs up to Jublex and attacks him. I think she even missed, but she did it in the name of Lurth, and then he sprays decay all over us, and we all die. And I think this is how the undead drow came to be.
Very good.
it.
Well, wonderful. Yes, well done. Yes, so Ganadar and Juiblex are the same. They just have they're different aspects of the same demonic god.
Oh,
And
right.
that sometimes does happen. It's it's like if you have a sun god in one culture, and one culture will call him a sun god or her a sun god, and the other will call it a different name, but essentially they'll have the same portfolio abilities. So it's that kind of concept.
Mhm.
Excellent. Well done. Does anybody else want to add anything? All
Not
right. Okay. So you all awaken from this spore-induced stupor. You realize as you blink and regain your senses that you have essentially shared in a mass hallucination, which in retrospect is most likely also a shared memory with one of the dying drow. As a result of this experience, you have all essentially taken a long rest, which also means those of you who were supposed to level up will now do so. So that'll be Zanice and Moxie. You can all reset your spells. This includes Dalin. You can obviously take your hit points back up to maximum. You also have lost any of the special abilities that you may have picked up from Phase Rest or any of the other things that may have been carryovers from previous episodes. And I did take something off of Moxie's sheet, Susan, just
Okay.
so it wasn't there. Because I realized I hadn't mentioned it, but yes. So I won't tell you how long something will last, but you should assume that it's probably not going to last forever, especially if it's a benefit. It may be something that lasts forever until it's healed or dealt with if it's a curse. But that's just how things are in this game, right?
Mhm.
And you guys, for all intents and purposes, this may have occurred within seconds. So you had what seems like a very lengthy experience, but in real time, time barely passed. You all wake up, other than falling flat in the muck and being prone, nothing else seems to have changed. You come back to the same scene of Zuckmoy sitting on a bed of mushrooms being cared for by her servants, the blue creatures who look kind of humanoid, but as Laura mentioned, actually constantly shapeshift and move around in ways that no humanoid with a vertebra and fixed musculature could ever do. The other thing is that the song that Zuckmoy was singing before has changed. And as you continue to watch the pulsating green fetid lines that are being connected from Zuckmoy's, what you would assume is an abdomen for a humanoid, but she's obviously not a humanoid, she just has the form of one, out to what you know as Igmorgus, and the subsequent response and return bulges that slide down these umbilical cords. She starts to pat her abdomen with one spindly hand, cradling it almost. And for those of you who can speak Abyssal, or even if you cannot,
Again,
you hear it telepathically. Well, there you go.
Yay!
Okay, that's fine.
We do.
Finally.
All
Finally, it's useful.
Well, you can feel free to sing along. I'm sure she will. Hush, little demon, don't you squirm. Mama's going to feed you a purple worm. And if that purple worm doesn't fill, Mama will decompose 100 kills. And once we absorb all of Neverlight Grove, Mama will feed you a Ramikos. And when afterwards your hunger persists, Mama will consume all of existence. And finally, when we're too strong to resist, we'll destroy Lolth and Orcus and conquer the abyss.
Aw.
Sweet, right?
Such a
Really
cute little
sweet.
lullaby.
Motherly love.
Yeah, there you go. You can sing that to your daughter there, Henrietta.
Hmm.
All right. So if you guys want to take a moment to think about how you want to change anything, if you want to change anything tactically, and then come up with a little plan, you're under no immediate pressure. As far as you can tell, Zuckmoy and her servants, they don't even seem to care that you're there. You know, for all intents and purposes, you're basically just part of the background flora and fauna. Like if you were walking in the forest, there were chipmunks and birds, you know, running around.
No better than ants. Chomping on.
No better than
on
well,
mushrooms.
the ants. The ants were actually being pursued by the various oozes from Juiblex, but these guys are primarily focused on Igmorgus.
But we don't see him around, right? At the moment.
You don't see anything in the cavern other than what you see on the map, which is
Okay.
Zuckmoy and some of her servants,
So no Juiblex.
and the detritus from the battle you fought. But there are a lot of bones and little bits, even sometimes some weapons or bits of armor sticking up out of the muck. There are mushrooms galore everywhere. You know, the muck itself is slimy. Who knows? I mean, if anything could blend in with any of these surfaces or any of the fungi that are living here, it's entirely possible.
Well, I want to try and the drow that rose up and attacked us 2 sessions ago. Are they visible above the earth, or are they sunken into the earth again?
The ones that you fought and destroyed, or they've essentially just collapsed wherever you killed them, so they're still on the map, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna try and find the one. I believe I did know. I knew what happened last time, right? I just didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were part of the
Yeah.
hallucination.
I was a spectator. I want to find the one that see if I can find the head woman, and see if I can find her necklace of fireball beads.
Okay. Yeah. How would you do that?
Search them, the armor, anything.
So the ones you fought, you do not see a necklace of fireballs.
Okay.
But you also don't see the one that obviously was the leader.
Right. I am going to go over to Byleth. I'm me again. And I'm going to just say, do you have detect magic? Right? Do you have that in your spellbook thingy? Could you cast that to see if we can find the necklace?
I can definitely cast that ritually. I'm gonna need 10 minutes though, but yeah.
Just
okay.
I'm gonna
doesn't
cast
seem
it.
like Zuckmoy is kind of concerned about us being here, so guess we have some time.
Yep. Okay, so that'll be 10 minutes. In the meantime, does anybody else want to do anything, Delin included?
Do they have any loot?
Well,
I'm searching for.
Any
I
coins
don't
kicking
know.
around?
Do they? You tell me. Are you searching the bodies then?
Yeah.
Okay. So besides the Lynn searching the various bodies for loot, well done. Chaotic evil druid that can't use most metal things.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Anybody else want to do anything?
Before I did detect magic, I would like to change magic missile for fog cloud.
Okay,
Mhm.
excellent. Oh, and by the way, there was I think Susan Moxie had one too many spells as well, so I took one of them off. I think it might have been Shatter. You can put that back, but then you have to take something else off. So,
No, that's fine.
and also please just make sure you put a red dot for all prepared spells. I know for bards it's a little bit different, but if you could just do that, just so that would be helpful. Great. Okay. Speaking of Moxie, does Moxie want to do anything?
Other than get out of the muck at the moment, no. She's tired of
Okay.
standing in muck.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. She's busy wiping her feet. Yvonne
On the ground, on the ground, on the grass.
on the slimy mushrooms.
Yep.
I think I should be down here near Moxie to make sure she doesn't bolt or do anything super weird. So I got my arm over her shoulder, like almost a neck
Casually.
hold, but just kind of like, hey there.
I feel like I have my own little like attack dog that just won't go away.
My friend.
Excellent. Well done. Yes, that's always a good idea to keep Moxie in check. Daria, is Zanice doing anything?
No.
Just standing there, just looking at the glowing fungus.
Chilling.
Is she bored? Is she scared? Is she distracted? Is she?
She's distracted with the glowing mushroom.
With the glowing mushroom. Okay. What about the glowing mushroom distracts her, other than the sheer light of it? Is it just the light?
It glows.
Yeah, it glows. Does she poke at the mushroom?
Wow. Amazing.
She sounds like she's actually eating too many mushrooms.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Why not? When in Rome, right? When in Neverlight Grove. Very good. Okay, so yes, while Byleth is preparing a detect magic ritually, the search of the bodies yields a typical assortment of drow weapons and armor. A lot of the armor has been damaged, not only because the drow died from wounds, but as you all know from your hallucination, the last few drow especially were actually killed through some sort of magic that essentially spewed an acid cloud. And the result is that the weapons and armor that you find, for the most part, are terribly pitted, stained, rusted. In some places, they're literally actually breaking apart from the acid. You don't know how long the acid's been there or how long the bodies have been there, but they obviously went through a terribly corrosive experience. So you could collect them, but they're not particularly useful or in good shape.
I'm just going through them. Trash, trash, trash.
Right.
Still trash.
So still trash, exactly. So the good news is that some things are not affected by acid. Does anybody know what might not be affected by acid in real life?
Oh, magical weapons.
Cast iron.
Violet's like me.
That's great. Yes, technically true. But I was thinking of an inert material that you might find on a drow. So unless there's a dragonborn in somebody's pocket.
Gold.
Which, in D&D, you never know, right? Yes, exactly.
Gold.
And that's why gold is so valuable, is because it doesn't actually rust or otherwise deteriorate. So it technically really holds its value because it also holds its actual atomic weight. So there you go. So you do find gold. You find lots of gold, actually. Each of the bodies you can roll, or why don't we, there were 4 bodies plus the leader. So you haven't found the leader yet. Why don't each of you roll 3d10, all 5 of you, and we'll aggregate the amount. There we go. Wow, those are pretty
Nice.
good rolls. Okay. 20, 40, 64, 89.
89.
Yeah. 89 gold pieces.
Ooh,
And
trash.
Henrietta?
not trash.
Not trash.
Nice.
Not trash at all. And Henrietta, you find one weapon that appears to be in excellent shape, along with a case that is terribly pitted, but inside it has what appear to be quarrels. So it's a light crossbow.
Ooh.
It's in excellent shape, and inside there are quarrels, most of which have deteriorated, but one of them looks like it's in perfect condition. Sorry, did you say something? I didn't hear it.
I just said nice.
Oh,
Nice,
right.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The conclusion of the detect magic spell cast yields not only all the obvious magical items that most of you are carrying, and not surprisingly, I'm sure, the light crossbow and the quarrel that you just found. It also pings in 2 different locations, here and here.
You tell us.
I can't
Laura?
hear you. Oh, yeah. Henrietta,
Yeah,
I think you
I'm
may
gonna
have
tell you.
I think you may have a little noise suppression issue that you need to tweak,
Okay.
because you're cutting out a little at the very first syllable.
Okay. I am going
Yeah.
to fix that.
No
Help.
worries. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, give it a try, see what you can do. Yes, so you found it. Obviously, Laura Byleth has mentioned it to the rest of the party. Presumably the whole party.
Of course.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
Don't tell Cracker.
after
I'm just
last
kidding.
week, I don't know. I'm not gonna. I don't know what to say.
No.
Yeah.
Does
So
it
what do you
have,
guys
like,
want to do?
different colors or like?
Yes, that's right. Detect Magic has a little indication. So one of them is clearly evocation. That's the one down here. And this one is a combination of evocation and abjuration.
And it's under the earth? Buried?
Yeah, I mean it's buried, but it's kind of glowing through the muck. If you think of muck as being an emulsion of both water and, you know, very small grains of particulate, it's a combination of both.
Start digging, I guess.
I'm gonna get my mage hand to dig, because I'm not touching that.
I don't care.
Okay.
Yay.
It's nature.
Dig around.
All right. So, as you dig it up, you find the aforementioned necklace, and it is as beautiful as you recall from your shared hallucination. And you can now all see it in the handouts. Can you also see it on the screen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There are 9 glowing bead stroke bottles, and it is very impressive. It's heavy, and yet at the same time it's light, if that makes sense. And which is to say, it's very well distributed if you were to put it on yourself. Measuring it out already.
Do we need to
Oh.
be
That's exactly the whole point.
there?
So
Okay.
the second thing is what appears to be a very heavy hammer.
Which I immediately lift up.
He's like, all mine.
Yep. If I can get the token. Why is it not doing something wrong? I
For
can't
like
tell if
building
it's-
houses.
Yeah, I can't tell if I'm doing it wrong because I'm left-handed using the mouse, a right-handed mouse, or if my folders are too big and it's just not loading fast enough. Hang on one second.
Roll 20 has turned chaotic evil on you, Al.
Sorry? What?
Roll 20 has turned chaotic evil on you.
Yeah, it has. All right, here we go. Can you see that?
Yes.
And although you don't see it on this particular side, on the opposite side, there is a small lightning bolt on the side of it.
Is it like a two-handed weapon? Is it a one-handed weapon?
Yeah, it could be one-handed weapon.
Still digging my great axe, but what do you think this lightning's for?
Oh, sorry, it is two-handed. I apologize.
It is
Yeah,
two-handed?
should-
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I like
Who-
swing around and try and chop a mushroom down, or what should we do here?
Hell yeah.
Can any... Is this magic?
Why not?
Is this glowing?
It's definitely glowing. It's definitely glowing.
Mm.
Anybody want to like investigate? I don't really have that skill.
Okay.
I can
Sure,
turn
why
it
not,
over in
since
my
I'm
hands.
standing right here. I'll investigate.
Henrietta, do you
for
need to restart Discord? Okay, go ahead.
I can.
We'll wait for you. Well, let's just wait because she's recording as
Yeah.
well. So,
Mm.
Mhm.
oh, I guess it doesn't affect the OBS, right?
Oh, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. You
It
go ahead and
works.
just restart. So we can pick up where we left off, which was Cracker was, I guess, swinging around this hammer, giving it a little bit of a test run.
I would also like to cast Identify on it. Because I got the pearl, you know?
Oh,
Mm.
Nice.
you got a pearl finally.
Yeah,
You guys
I
got a pearl.
Yeah.
All right. Well, did you prepare the spell?
I can cast it ritually. So like another
Another
10
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Ugh. God. Only if you can get Zanice to eat the mushroom.
Eat it.
Just eat it. Eat it.
You get all my money if you eat it.
What she doesn't know is Byleth has no money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
100% of zero is still zero.
Yep.
About as rich as me.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well,
right.
there's yeah, okay. So whilst Byleth is casting Identify on, so you can only cast Identify on one object at a time. You know that the necklace is a necklace of fireballs because you've seen it before. So are you presuming you're not casting Identify on it?
No.
Okay, but
I
you'll
wanna
need
know what the hammer is.
Okay, but in order to use the necklace, somebody will need to attune to it. So that'll take an hour. And you'll figure out how to use it, but also you'll also know all the properties of it, which I showed you, but you wouldn't necessarily know until you've done the Identify or attune. So you can do the Identify on the necklace afterward if you want to.
All right.
Just to speed things up. Now, the
Mhm.
Identify on the hammer. In the meantime, does anybody else want to think about anything? Do anything? Think about tactics?
Thinking about them while I'm
Tactics.
doing my burpees.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Everybody know what a
Try,
burpee is?
kids.
Yeah.
I'm not sure everybody. Okay, because some people might think it's something else.
We all
Okay.
fitness
Daria?
gals.
No.
Yeah, Daria, do you know what a burpee is?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, you guys are very well clued in. Back when I played football, people who didn't know football didn't know what burpees were.
We call it Berberis as well. We kind of
Oh, really?
adopted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so the Identify spell yields the following information. This is a hammer of thunderbolts. Now, it is an extremely powerful weapon, which, when used in the right hands, not only is a magical +1 weapon, but it also releases a magical discharge of energy. But it does require both gauntlets of ogre power as well as a belt of giant strength. So you will need both of those. It can be any kind of belt of giant strength. There's more than one type, based on the fact that there's more than one type of giant. But you'll need both the belt and the ogre gauntlets in order to wield this effectively. Otherwise, it'll work as a +1 weapon.
Side quest.
Yeah.
Side quest. It's the new Pearl.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Does he have gauntlets? Yes. Are they gauntlets of ogre power? No. Ugh.
Aw.
Does he have a belt? Yes. It's like they all have belts. Everybody with trousers has belts.
Maybe just turn around now and go hunt some giants.
Yeah, maybe. I'll just hang on to this for now, though.
You do that.
Leave Neverlight grow to its demise while we go
Yeah.
hunt for ogres and giants.
Well, so just to clarify, the magical items give you the strength of an ogre or a giant, but they aren't
Mhm.
necessarily created or owned by ogres and giants. Although
Oh.
there is typically, and this is something that Byleth would know as a wizard, there is typically some sort of material component that is associated with an ogre or a giant in order to imbue this magical item with that particular property. So a more evil wizard, for example, might take the skin of an ogre to make gauntlets, as well as other
Ooh.
ingredients such as blood or a heart or even the soul of a creature, just generically. It is also the case that this particular hammer is extremely useful against giants, and that was kind of the reason why they were created. It was to help level the playing field against extremely powerful creatures. Okay. All right. And your strength score will also go up. I mean, there's a whole bunch of details in here I can give you, but it's kind of moot until you can actually use it properly. Okay.
Can I
There you go.
do a history check on these green creatures? Because I don't have the notes from the Temple of Loth available, and I don't know if I wrote anything down. Yeah, about those.
Oh, the blue ones?
Yeah, the blue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, sure. Well, the problem is I don't know how much you knew. I know what they are, obviously.
Yeah, but I fought
But
them
at the time in the
temple.
I know you fought them, but I don't know how much you would know or how much you would remember is my point.
Yeah.
Because I didn't write it down from your perspective.
I think.
Okay, you know what? I've got a solution. You go ahead and roll. I think it's so. This is a good example, Daria, of how we would do this. You go ahead and roll. I'm just trying to think of what you would figure it out from combat because I can't remember exactly how combat went. But you go ahead, and I've got a rough idea.
Okay. Probably gonna get a natural one or something. So.
No, not necessarily.
Oh,
You'll remember some of it. You just won't remember.
19.
damn.
Okay,
All the mold
Nice.
well
toxins
done.
have screwed with your brain cells.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so the what you remember is that they are this thing is very slow, and you remember that it poisoned some of you
Yeah.
with a cloud of spores,
That's what I thought.
and they're very powerful. They're very strong physically.
Did we fight those with the dragons as well? Was that the same creatures? The black
Which dragons?
dragons on the island. There was some creatures there as well. they heal
Yeah, I
from
don't think
lightning.
there's. No, I don't think that was the
That
same
was
thing.
them. Okay.
Yeah, because these also wouldn't have. These were in that Temple of Lolth for that specific reason.
I just remember Aegis cast a lightning bolt or something, and they all healed when we had gotten them down a lot.
Yeah. Well, you know that actually is a kind of mold or ooze.
Okay.
And these are more fungus.
Okay.
Or plant. Okay.
I'm gonna share that with the party, that they kind of can poison us.
Okay. Very good. Well done. So who has swapped out any spells after your sort of hallucinatory long rest? Yes. Aside from Call Lightning, what did you swap out?
I swapped out Tidal Wave for Call Lightning because I didn't have it.
Very good.
And I also swapped out Heat Metal. I don't think any of those were metal. For Spike Growth.
Right. Okay. Very good. Yeah. Good choices. And well done. And Laura, what did you swap out? The magic missile, you said?
It was magic missile, yeah, with fog cloud.
Fog cloud. Okay. And anybody else?
Cracker. What did you change?
I grabbed my frying pan, and I'm now wielding cold iron.
Okay.
Which in Pathfinder would actually be would be kind of important, actually.
Yeah.
Strategical god.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. Yeah, Zanice and Moxie, you're basically flexing, testing out your new powers, your new cantrips, and whatever else you're doing, presumably.
Yep. Debating on how to use the new spells.
Yes,
and
very
on
good.
whom.
But
okay, but you're not swapping. Well, Moxie doesn't need to swap spells because she knows all the spells she can cast. But Zanice, you're not swapping any spells. Okay. All right. Sorry, Henrietta.
Someone need to attune to the necklace. We need to use it, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I casted Identify on it. Or I am right now.
Be the chucker?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, the person who the necklace of fireballs does not require somebody who's a spellcaster to use.
Who's got the strongest arm? Cracker.
Do you need to make a range attack to throw them?
So there's no. It's just going to be a fireball spell, basically.
Okay, so
you can throw it 60 feet. You can't throw it any further.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how strong you are. There's no accuracy involved. You'll throw it. It'll land at the point you choose, and then it'll be a typical fireball saving throw, which is dexterity based. Now, just to be clear, technically, and I'm just going to be clear about this. Technically, a necklace of fireballs in 5th edition doesn't require attunement. I'm going to say it requires attunement for somebody to wear it and use it properly, but once somebody is attuned to it, anybody can pull off a fireball.
Like off my dead body. Is that what you're implying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Don't have to be dead. I'm just saying, or you could put it on, the lightest, least important person in the group and throw them.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Improvised weapon.
Yeah.
That evil yet.
I am going to change one other spell as well. I'm going to change plant growth to protection from poison.
Ooh, okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. Could you post those spells just so we can see them very quickly? That'd be great. Plant growth and spike growth and call lightning, so everybody can see it.
Let's see. That's protection from poison,
Mm-hmm.
call lightning, and
Yeah, that's a good one.
spike growth are the ones I have now.
Okay. All right. Do me a favor, Henrietta, when you get a chance, just put a couple of breaks in the text of the call lightning just to make it a little easier to read during combat. That'd be great. Okay. And Laura, would you like to roll your portents? Ooh. Oh, I thought that was like a 19.
No.
Okay, you got two
really
pretty average rolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's, sometimes these things happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else anybody needs to do? Change
Mhm.
underwear? And you break out a new roll of underarm deodorant? Cracker?
Things are. So, what else?
Mm. I actually wanted to talk to Zenise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Mhm. Hello.
Hi.
So, Zenise, I actually
Yeah.
wanted to talk to you for a bit.
Oh.
When I died as this drow, I came to a very important realization. And I actually felt the importance of my goal and what it's like not being able to fulfill it and to see yourself failing. And I realized I was very sad when I didn't get to kill as many things as possible in my drow body. And that made me incredibly depressed. And even as Byleth, I still want nothing more to bring my parents back from the dead. And I think even if one's goal is only to find a pearl for a first level spell, I think one should pursue it. And I remembered that your goal was to find a book you have in your head, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So when I went through my backpack, I actually found a book that looks kind of similar to your description. And first, I thought that it is kind of unlikely that it is actually the book because why would I have it right? But I still want you to have it because maybe it is. And if it brings you any closer to your goal, then I'm also a bit closer to mine. And then I want to give you the book. And I hand it over.
Oh my God, that was so beautiful.
I'm taking a book and I'm looking at it. Is this the same book that I'm looking for?
Describe the book you're looking for.
Oh, just a second.
The real treasure is the friendships you make.
I also think so.
It's only the book that, might bring back your parents, so. I've come to realize Daria takes things very, very seriously in a good way, but she's basically looking up the exact details and all.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's good. Yeah, it's good.
This means she doesn't follow in Moxie's footsteps and just do whatever the heck
Yeah,
she pleases.
Do you need a minute, Daria?
Yes.
Okay. So you hand over the book.
Mhm.
Laura, do you want to describe the book? Do you remember the description of the book?
It was the book from the Smooth Hands God. And
Well, it was
I
a book
don't
from the
really.
Temple of Smooth Hands,
Yeah, from the Temple of Smooth Hands.
which doesn't necessarily make it a book from Smooth Hands.
Yeah. You
Because
know what I
there were a
mean?
lot of well, no, I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm just because there were a lot of other books there, and you
Mhm.
never know why something might be in a temple or church or cathedral. Sometimes it
Yeah,
could be a
that's
holy
true.
item, or it could also be where you take something that is evil and cursed.
Oh no.
So she's checking out.
Well, I only know that this book was very heavy and very big, and that it looked very expensive and very special. That's why I took it.
Mhm. Mm. And there was an eye in it.
True.
It's my book.
Oh my god.
Mm.
I found it.
Well, what are the odds in this crazy
Slim to
campaign?
none.
So
A
happy.
big eye on the cover.
There is an eye, and it looks at Zenise. And unlike when Byleth picked it up, the eye would wander aimlessly around, occasionally making contact and then darting away as if trying to find something. With Zenise, it stares straight at you without blinking, and you feel as if the eye is getting bigger the book hasn't changed, the dimensions of the eye haven't changed, but it's almost as if without moving the book closer, the eye is taking up the entire space in front of you, such that you can no longer see anything around you. And the color of the iris is changing from black to red to gold to green. And you feel something in the back of your mind. The rest of you stand there and you just see Zenise apparently transfixed, almost as if she's paralyzed, holding this book with her two hands. But in Zenise's mind, 1,000 images race through your brain within seconds, so fast that you don't even have time to comprehend what you've seen. They're just flashbacks of violence, of sheer destruction, occasionally beautiful people of different races appear in front of you. You realize it's going to take some time to understand and fully grasp what this all means. But the fact that you've had such an aggressive interaction with this mentally in such a short time frame makes you a bit wary of going any further without having some additional protections in place before you do so. And you violently jerk your hands away from the book and drop it. You can pick it up. There's no damage to you physically that anybody can see or yourself. But at the same time, you're very cautious of this thing. But you sense that there's something important about it, and you have to look into this further. But this is not the time.
Wow. I close my eyes and I pick up the book and hide it in my backpack.
As it is encapsulated in the leather of your backpack and rests on your back, there is a little warmth that comes from your backpack, and it's soothing. It almost feels like you're getting a massage.
Ooh.
Yeah, Maliborn is
Like-
Yeah,
Maliborn's
I
going
was
to be out of business.
I was thinking, I miss Maliborn.
Yeah. Aw.
Do you tell anybody about this? Everybody else just saw you freeze and then drop the book and then put it in your backpack.
I have to think about it, sorry. And I come closer to Byleth and give her a hug. Thank you.
Aw.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
You're welcome.
Nothing like giving evil cursed gifts to friends.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay. All right. Well done. Excellent. So you guys have got some new spells. You guys have got some interesting ideas. Anybody want to come up with a plan, or are we just going to do this chaotic style?
Oh no, we need to talk this out.
Yeah.
Try not to repeat the drow's mistakes.
Yeah. So we just need to get 60 feet close to her,
Yeah, we are.
wherever that is. Got to eyeball it, and then just chuck this thing, right? Anybody?
Do we want to make sure we don't hit Igmorgus? Because I have a
Oh, yeah.
feeling it's going to, like, take a chunk out of him, too, even though there's already chunks missing, obviously.
Yeah,
Yes.
Just need to take that chance.
seeing
Yeah.
Satina cast a lot of fireballs, we know roughly the radius of it. So
Yes, it's like 3 fireballs, though, right?
yeah, but they
So
will
there are-
impact on the same place, won't they?
The same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So once you've attuned to it and you know how this thing works, or the identify has been completed, you'll understand that each of these beads is a separate fireball spell. If you throw more than one bead at a time, which is to say, you say grab 2 at a time with 2 hands and you throw it in one motion, or you throw the whole necklace, each bead thrown simultaneously or concurrently will increase the power of the fireball spell by 1d6. So a typical fireball spell mechanically does 8d6 of fire damage, save for half damage. If you throw 2 beads, it won't be 2 separate fireball spells. if it's thrown by the same person at the same time. It'll be 1 fireball spell, upcast 1 level, which would be 9d6 of damage. Now, if 2 of you throw individual beads at different times, it'll be 2 separate fireball spells.
Okay. Maybe take 1 bead each and chuck it.
Yeah,
So
that might be
So
a good
you
idea.
so you can't take it off and then hold it. You have to take it and throw it immediately. That's the other thing.
Ah.
So stick together.
They have to think of it like a grenade that doesn't have one of those pressure pins. So once you pull it, you have to throw it.
Yeah.
But you can pull it. Anybody can pull one and throw it as long as somebody's wearing it and attuned to it.
Okay. So if we just stay close beside each other and just yank off one after another.
Sure, we don't split
Yeah.
the party, eh, Moxie?
What? I'm not the one that did it last time.
Yeah, just clump together really tight so that you make a nice big target.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Too.
that's the problem as well. I think that
And nobody drop a fireball bead by accident at feet
Uh-huh.
either.
I think that maybe the best is to stay together and chuck one each, and as soon as we have thrown one, we spread out. So we are not in a cluster, but not too far from each other.
Throw and duck. Got it.
No, throw and run. Are you listening?
No,
Throw
apparently
and
not.
run.
Throw
You're
and
good
run.
at running, Moxie.
Yes, but you forget I run towards trouble, not away from.
True.
Pull and hold. That's what you're saying.
But yeah, knowing that Cracker is going to probably get up and close with these moldy creatures, I am going to cast Protection from Poison on her. It lasts an hour.
Okay.
And I am also going to cast it on myself. Just in case I need to go into
Okay.
wild shape. Done.
Okay. I mean, it's a good strategy. Just keep in mind that Cracker has resistance to poison damage when she's raging.
You do.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah, I
getting
do.
anything. Sorry.
And she
Right.
has a very high constitution, and she's proficient in constitution saving.
Yeah.
Let me
no,
go down, man. It's okay.
You're not getting anything.
She's been eating all of Susna's food for a while. She ought to have advantage naturally by
Yeah,
now.
I should.
I think I'm gonna hold off
No.
then.
Yvonne, you're not. I don't know. This whole I'm foggy. I don't feel great. I might not be totally there. I think that's just a.
This is the fever talking.
Yeah, it was a good try.
I think I'm gonna hold off then, because if I get poisoned, I can cast it on myself and remove that poison, and then stay.
I will I actually will give Cracker advantage on the poison saves because she did have the burger,
Yeah.
the
Is-
moldy burger.
When we licked the blue mushroom,
Hmm?
did that the little blue mushroom that's in my bag, the slimy one? Did
Uh-huh.
that go away in the long rest?
Oh,
Because
it
if
did end, but you can always lick him again. I mean, he's not against being licked.
Okay, let's lick him again.
Pass that guy around.
What did he do again?
It tickles. Oh dear. I didn't realize this was a party.
What did he do again?
Does anybody remember?
I'd have to look.
So what
From the black mold, right?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yep, he was unaffected by the black mold,
Mm-hmm.
which was why you guys were able to get your way through the exploding mold bits as you were hacking and
Yeah.
fire bolting your way through the wall of.
I think it might be useful to have since we are going up against Sakmoy.
Oh yeah.
All right. Pull the little guy out.
There you go.
No.
Look away.
No, that's not there. No, stop. Oh, don't stop. Oh, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, oh my. Yeah. It's like I beat that all over again. Whew. I think I need a cigarette.
I
All right.
feel that I don't know if this is going to go very well. She is the goddess.
Who's going to attune to the fireball, Nicholas?
Me, right? So if I go down, and I shouldn't go down, but if I do, then people can grab it off me.
And there were 6 chargers?
Yeah. I think
There
so.
are actually 9.
9. Ooh.
Yeah. 9 charges.
Yes.
9 beads.
9 beads.
Nice.
So the strategy is to run up, get close, everyone grab a couple beads and chuck?
Not too close. 60 feet close.
No, like 60 feet.
Yeah.
Just at 60
No
feet.
closer than 60 feet.
Yeah.
And
I know what I'm
exactly
talking
where
about,
are we
but
chucking them.
make sure Moxie knows what we're talking about.
Cowabunga! Leroy Jenkins!
Exactly.
Moxie,
Okay.
the new Leroy of D&D.
Yeah.
No.
So-
We really don't want that, honestly.
No,
it's
it was
not,
a joke.
it's only funny the
Worst.
first time. After that, it gets irritating.
Yeah.
So-
I'd never
and
do
it
that
does-
anyway.
It does technically violate one of my rules, which specifically points to the Leroy Jenkins experience. You don't want.
Yeah.
You want. You guys do need to work together, obviously, to some extent.
Mhm.
You can do individual silly things, but don't screw up a combat just for the sake of being crazy.
Nope.
Because I will absolutely TPK people if they take stupid decisions. Okay, so
Decisions all the time.
yeah, I mean it's different if you're doing something crazy for the sake of making it funny, then great. But if you're deliberately screwing up a perfectly good plan just to be the center of attention, at some point it starts getting tiring for everybody else. And I've literally seen people leave tables when guys do that kind of thing, and it's not fun to have that conversation. So
No.
To my other campaign. Okay. So how
Yeah.
about here? The skull's over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mud. It's difficult terrain, right?
Yeah.
It is
Yeah, it
difficult
was.
terrain.
Yeah.
And you, like I said before, the trigger originally was you guys walking through it, and that's how the bodies came up.
Is there any way to
No.
float over it?
That's a good question.
This necklace. Yeah.
If
That
only
disc.
somebody had floating disc.
That's
I can cast it.
another 10
I
minutes.
mean, that way we don't end up in combat with whatever we just ended up having to murder and then hallucinate for like
Well,
what felt like forever.
she needs to go over.
Yeah.
So, and she's not actually the toughest Dragonborn I've seen.
Mhm.
What?
Sorry?
I am.
Yeah, of course you are.
And you
But
look tough.
can we go around
I look super tough.
here or something? Let's see, I need to up here or something.
Point. Yeah, that might be better.
mean-
But then we got to burn this crap out.
Yeah. Or down here. I don't know if there's no bodies down here. I'm just. Well,
I'm going to suggest we take our little break now, and you guys keep strategizing for as long as you want. If for some reason you haven't had a chance to take a break and you're still strategizing, we can take a few more minutes. And you guys come up with a good plan, because this will be good. It definitely makes a difference. So, good luck. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
Coffee.
Hey.
I'll be back.
I want at least one of you to survive. Let's put it that way.
Well, that'd be great.
He's just not telling us which one. Okay.
Well,
Well, I have the bag of holding and I have the scapegoat. So
You're not dying.
I'm not dying.
That's true.
I can just poof out of there. And I
I don't know
am
what the rest of
evil.
you are going to do.
So
You'll justify it.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
All right. So we'll take about, do you guys need 10 minutes to think it
Yeah.
through and take a little coffee? Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Hi. We hope you're enjoying this episode. And if so, please like and subscribe. And remember, the next time your DM says, roll initiative, yell back,
Here,
hold my
earrings.
Here, hold my earrings.
This is good. I think we only need this take.
Okay, so do you guys have a good plan? I popped off to make sure I had enough coffee and stuff, so I don't know for sure if you guys said anything specific.
Good plan? I don't know, but
A plan?
a
Yes.
plan? Yeah. Maybe.
Okay. You want to tell me what the plan is?
Tell me what the plan is.
Yeah. Someone else went for coffee. If we stand down here, then we don't have to go through these mushrooms. You just go around and get over. Is this a kind of a creek or something? Water running? No.
What
This
is what a creek?
is it deep?
Oh,
Is it mud? Is it?
Oh,
Is it
well,
skulls?
it's a combination of muck and so you know how certain times bodies when they putrefy they become semi-liquid.
Goo.
That's essentially what this is. So it's a
Okay.
combination of dew and rain from the moisture that's accumulating at the ceiling of the cavern, and then coming back down as condensation mixed in with the putrefaction of liquefying bodies.
Nice.
Is it deep? It's not so deep that you can't traverse it, but it is, as I said, it's difficult terrain. Anything that looks like it should be difficult terrain is difficult. Let's put it that way. So this bit up here is difficult terrain, if you can see that. This bit where the skulls are, that's all difficult terrain, generally speaking. Moving through the mushrooms like along the borders, that's also difficult terrain, but you can move, and you can assume that there are stalks that you can hide behind, as well as caps that could give you some overhead cover. Not that you need it necessarily. I'm just saying you can assume that. Anything that's larger than a large size creature, which is 4 squares, will give you some overhead cover as well. Okay, so this green one down here, maybe not enough to give you a lot of cover, but some. The big blue purple ones, they're definitely big enough to give you some cover, right?
Yeah.
Including up to full cover for some of the bigger ones. Things that are obviously just plants like these, they'll give you concealment, but no actual cover.
Ew.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just worried about going down here because there might be oozes and cubes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's possible. And you don't know what's going on elsewhere within the cavern either.
Mhm.
So you haven't done a full reconnaissance as far as I recall.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Ivy, go!
Yeah.
Oh, poor Ivy. Let Laura decide if she wants to sacrifice Ivy.
Oh, we already wanted to give her a fireball and throw her, but it didn't work.
Yes, I thought about that. And just to be clear, Ivy cannot make an attack, including using a necklace of fireballs. But she can help administer a potion of healing. Or a good berry. Because that would be too easy, right? That's literally just kamikazeing Ivy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just it would
Well,
be
we figured
funny.
She
But it
couldn't
would be-
carry it anyway, so.
Well, it would be funny, but also I think she can't throw it, so she has to move, which she can do in the same turn. But I kind of feel like there's some animal rights activist who's going to get all pissed off about the idea that it's like the people who complain that the Navy, not just the US Navy, but the Russians as well, they use like dolphins to find mines, which I understand. But at the same time, would you rather that or a human being finding mines and getting blown up? I don't know. Right. And the dolphins don't necessarily die. They just sniff them out.
Yeah,
Or
we
dogs.
can't mold the ground and make it more solid.
Oh, well, maybe she could.
I just happen to think of that. Moxie's like going through her head. No, like, what does she know about her friends here? Can we
And that's
mold?
exactly. And that's exactly why I always ask you guys to post the spells, not just for my benefit or yours, but also so all of you can see it, because that's the organic bit of working together, right? If you ever, like, one of the favorite bits I loved about the X-Men comic books when I was a kid is that unlike the Avengers or some of the other ones, which brought these superheroes together, the X-Men really went through a period where they worked together, they learned each other's abilities, and they created special maneuvers that 2 or more of them were required to do to make it a special attack. And if you guys can do that with so many spellcasters and a raging barbarian and doing all these cool things, I think that makes for talking about cinematic, right? We can describe that moment. That is the kind of wow moment that really gets people excited. It gets audiences drawn in. It's a memorable moment for each of you as players. So,
Do we mold the ground and solidify it so we're not like sinking into muck?
Sure, I can use some mold earth around here and kind of move it 30 feet over here. If we want to go down here, if we want to go up here, we need to remove some of the hanging mushrooms, mold stuff.
I think I'd rather avoid the mold, but that's just me.
Yeah, and I think that it's more covered down here if we need to get back and just hope that we don't encounter any other creatures.
All right.
I'm gonna start dig over there to over here and just kind of
okay.
take some fresh dirt
Okay.
over and kind of try and
Okay, so do you remind me again in this current iteration of Roll20 as a player, do you have access to the art tools? Yeah, you do, right? Yeah, you guys have access to the art tools.
yes.
So you can draw yourself the areas that you want to use mold earth on.
Oh, so you don't want me to draw me digging? Well, Cracker, you have a shovel.
No, I gave it away.
You gave it away. Now we need
Yeah.
But she gave away the broken one.
I know. It was broken anyway, but you know, it was magical.
Yeah, it was. I am going to take some from here and put it over here. Oh my god, I'm really good at this. Some here.
You can
Over.
also use a
Helping you.
square. I think
No,
there's
no,
actually
no. This is more fun.
I was gonna say you can do
I like this better.
measurements with squares and circles and cones now.
That's not
With
And
roll
fun.
Henriette has the Bob Ross of the.
Yeah,
totally.
happy little accidents. Okay, from here to here. So this is going to take a minute. And there's going to be a 5-foot hole here, so please don't walk into that. And some here.
Moxie kind of slides over here next to Cracker to avoid the hole.
Maybe up here. And maybe some more here, over here.
And that'll be the end of the session. Thanks very much, guys. We'll see you next week.
So I'm just going to take from this side over and just kind of make a passageway over.
Okay, so just to be clear, the squares are the molded earth areas.
Yeah, I should have changed color, but this
Okay.
is kind of where I took the
Okay.
fresh soil and I put it over here. To kind of.
Okay.
think it's-
So you're not digging a hole. You're just making it
Over here,
more.
it's gonna be a hole, and over here, I'm trying to kind of put more dirt on to saturate the goo. If you understand.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So these are holes. The squares are holes.
These are holes. These are more 5 feet cube, more earth.
Solid
I'm
earth.
confused. Sorry, so you're using the same thing for the holes and the solid earth?
Okay, let's see. I can do if I can.
Let's do this. So the holes are on the left here, basically, right?
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
These are
And you're
holes.
moving the holes from here all the way to this side.
Yeah.
Is that basically right? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't need to take your agency away. I'm just gonna do. Somebody make a noise? Somebody complaining?
I can. Someone complaining.
All right, here we go. There, and then this
If you
And
do
then
like a
no, you stick with yours. That's fine. So you're going to do this basically. Is this what you're doing?
basically,
Okay. All right. Yeah.
but not as
So,
fun as I did.
Yeah.
She liked her little cobblestones that
Yeah.
she made and put on the board.
I sensed that was actually quite enjoyable. Maybe
Your
if we made a
cobblestones.
group project and everybody
Yeah.
could do it together, then it would be it's like arts and crafts time.
Yeah.
Cobblestones turned into a bridge.
Okay, so you basically take 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
To do all this. And okay. All of these things, now these are all permanent changes, so that's fine. If you were going to do anything more fancy, like, colors or whatever it is, I don't know, if you were putting a divider in the middle, for two-way traffic flow, right?
Yeah.
A passing lane indicator.
Maybe some
That'll last for 1 hour.
some
stop
red
sign.
lines on the side to say
No parking.
yeah, don't move outside this.
Solid yellow lines in the middle, no passing lanes.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Then you can only do that for 1 square, and that'll be for 1 hour, and you can do 2 of those maximum.
Yeah.
So the rest of you, you're going to have to just keep in mind that now it's not all loose dirt, so you're digging up bones and things. It's definitely solid, and it's no longer difficult terrain in the strictest sense, but you haven't necessarily removed any threats that may come from, say, an animated body. And I only mentioned that because you already had that experience. So,
Yep.
Just to be clear. Okay, cool. Well done. Anything else?
Well, as you can see, we kind of drew out the shape of the fireball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And was thinking about kind of putting maybe 2, chugging 2 there and 2 there, because then we get Sakmoy in all 4 and the 2 down here. But the 2 others will only be. It should be okay standing here. Should be within 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Okay,
my
that's
idea.
the whole plan then.
Well,
I liked it.
it
Yeah,
feels
I'm not
good.
saying it's.
And
No,
then
no, no,
run
no,
like
it's great.
hell.
There's
And then
no
run like hell
criticism.
back here.
Yeah.
Just avoid the hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God, we're
Going
going
for
to
here.
And you all fall into the trap, and
That
Yeah.
we made ourselves.
I can make
That
a
you made
trench.
We fall
yourselves.
into our own trap.
I can make a trench all the way up.
yeah, a moat. There you go. Trapped on the same side as Zuckmoy. There you go.
Well, I can
Okay.
wait until we get all the way over.
Daria, any thoughts about this plan?
It's an
How does
amazing
Zanisa
plan.
feel? It's an amazing plan. There you go. Well done. All right.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is a good plan. Tactically, it's perfectly solid. Is anybody going to be doing anything other than grabbing fireballs and throwing them? Just to be clear. No? Okay.
No, I don't have anything.
I think so.
I think the whole thought is just to blow Sakmoy up and run.
Yeah. Yeah. that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
And hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's only a demon goddess, so
Yeah.
I
Nice.
mean,
Oh yeah.
what could go wrong, really?
Yeah. How kind of big are the tendrils? Are they wide, or are they a lot of small?
Oh, yes, that's a good question. So, how big are the tendrils? They are approximately, I mean, from well, let's put it this way. I can't give you an exact measurement. I just realized because you can't tell, but they're thick enough. Aside from the fact that they glow, they're thick enough that you can actually see them from where you are.
Okay.
So, if you think about what that means, it's not just the light. You can actually see the dimensions of them. So imagine if you are, some of you are actually engineers, but a lot of you have outdoors experience. If you're 100 feet away from something and you can see something that is flowing and dangling in the air, how thick does it have to be?
Yeah.
At least a telephone cable, right? I mean, right? You can't see anything thinner than that, right? Yeah? Does that help?
Yeah. It's just if we have to target them, it shouldn't be too hard with them glowing and that we can see the dimensions.
Yeah, that's a good question. So it's good that you tell me these things so I can think about them in advance and slow it down. But if you did have to target them, we don't have specific targeting something small like that. But I can simply say that it's not any different from, in this case, it would be it translates into armor class, right? Because you're rolling against something. But it would be kind of equivalent to a small creature having a high armor class, not just because it's agile, but also because it's small to hit, right? But at the same time, it's not necessarily particularly well armored. It doesn't look like it has armor. You don't know how tough it is. It could be very, very tough, right? But if you had to shoot, if you were aiming a rifle at something that's 100 feet away, that's about the size of a telephone cable, it's not impossible. It's not, I wouldn't call it easy. And that's before you have, imposed disadvantage for those of you who might be using ranged weapons outside their normal range.
Yeah. A Cracker, do you have any ranged weapons? Do you have a bow or crossbow or anything?
Longbow.
Okay, so you have a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attach a fireball to the end of an arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
unfortunately, it takes an action to pull it off, and then another action to shoot it. So unless you were a fighter with action surge, you wouldn't technically be able to do it. It's a good idea. I don't mean to be a killjoy. It's a good idea, but it'd be too much action economy. You could always try puncturing a fireball with the arrow in one action. See how that works out for you.
See what happens. That sounds fun. Always wanted.
I'm gonna go hide
crispy
in the
skin.
giant hole. Dylan just like Doug if she does.
Actually, might be a good idea. Jumping in the trench. How deep is that trench?
5 feet.
It's 5 feet deep.
Okay, so we can just
Which,
jump in and duck down and.
Yeah, if you lay down, I'll give you full cover from any line of sight attacks. But fireball specifically goes around corners, so
Yeah.
It'd scoop that out.
Goes around corners,
So-
fills empty spaces.
But should we do any scouting before we, or should we just hope that there's nothing in the forest?
what could
We're on the
possibly
other
go
side
wrong?
of Igmorgus.
Really?
Yeah, the problem is that if we aggro anything before, we are going to use up everything we have to fight them.
That's why I'd just go for it. Let's just go for it.
Yeah, and kind of be prepared and just hope that
Oh yeah.
anything comes.
Fight it off after.
Yeah.
Take out a goddess, everything else will be easy after effect.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
No boy. This
Yeah. Oh boy. Exactly what I thought. Okay.
So who else taking a fireball? We're all taking fireballs and chucking, or are
Well,
you
we
guys staying
need to
behind?
see. Well, we all can because we can all stand around you.
Yeah.
We all fit around you. And should we try and stealth over and hope that she doesn't aggro if we come over, or just saunter over?
Busy. But it's those blue things.
Yeah.
Stealth over.
Stealth over up to 60 feet away. Chuck, run.
Yeah.
And we're aiming for like here? About there?
Yeah, standing there, yeah.
Okay.
I can... What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
Doing? Who the hell's the Chamberlain?
I think it's the little moldy poison
Hmm?
things.
What?
Yes, we did see that, sir.
Oops.
And I turned
Okay.
to Moxie. If we're ready to go, like when we're ready to go, just slap me.
Okay.
Come on, slap me. Come on.
Violet. Zenise.
Yeah.
Come here. Heal. We are going.
Or say something that's
Jeez.
gonna piss me off. Somebody.
You're weaker
Weak. Yeah.
than
sure.
a squirrel. You're weaker than a squirrel.
Okay. Good. That's good. Now I'm pissed. Let's go.
Ivy's just sitting on top, basically sitting on top of a skull in the muck.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh no.
Is Ivy here? Is she? You're gonna keep her there?
She's just gonna die. I'm just gonna take her with me.
She can be in the
Okay.
trench.
Might come in handy.
She's gonna die with you. All right.
Oh. Hopefully not.
She does look like Hedwig. So you never know.
Ivy's turning
Aw.
her head all the way around, looking behind her, and then looking back at you, blinking one eye and then the other, and then just goes.
I'm gonna do thumbs up. We're gonna do this.
Ooh. You get a
Of all the-
telepathic message. Good luck.
I was thinking of all the masters I could have chosen.
Yeah. To sneak over or
Okay.
just walk over?
Sneak.
Sneak.
Alrighty. You guys are sneaking. I'm going to
Mhm.
put this on the map, the circles that you've drawn, so that you won't be able to use them anymore, but I know that they're there, but this way I can move the other tokens behind. Okay. So you're sneaking. Why don't we go in initiative order?
Guess we have to roll then.
Yes, you'll have to roll. Sorry, that shouldn't be blue buys. That should be blue guys.
Figured maybe try to say blue boys.
Or something. Yeah, that'll work too. Okay. Descending. Very good. All right. So, okay. Moxie.
All right. I guess I'll move. I mean.
Okay. Yeah, it's all firm. There's broken bits of, skeletons and remains and little bits of leather and armor and things, but for the most part, it's about as stable and clear as you would expect a battlefield to look.
No more muckish and squishy as it was.
It's not muckish and squishy, and you can definitely run across it. You might have a bad moment if something happens, and then you might slip and fall. But other than that, and there is the occasional, sharp bit sticking up out of the ground, whether it's a broken weapon or a stone or something else.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Anything else? So you moved your normal move. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So you have an action.
Let's see here. I think that's it for now.
Okay. The blue ones continue to apparently attend to Zuckmoy, and they continue to attach what appear to be these tendrils to Igmorgus, and every time they do, Igmorgus turns a little bit darker, and a little bit more shrunken looking Delin.
Yes, I am going. Sorry, I'm going to move up ahead, Moxie.
Okay. Remember, moving through an ally is possible, but that is sort of difficult terrain effectively, so you use twice as much. Obviously, in this case, Delin can go around, but if there were two of you standing next to each other on the hard surface, you'd have to make a choice as to whether you go through each other and lose 10 feet, or you go around and lose 10 feet.
Yeah.
Cracker. Sorry, and Delin, is Delin doing anything besides moving?
I'm just gonna look around and see if I can sense anything in the forest, if I can see anything with my perception check.
Yeah, do an active perception check.
Yeah. 11.
So your passive perception is very high.
Yep.
There is stuff moving around. As far as you're aware, it doesn't seem like necessarily a threat. So in this case, I'm relying both on your perception as well as your passive insight, which, for those of you who don't recall, although perception is listed as passive on your sheet, there's actually 3 passive skills, which are perception, insight, and investigation. So you're basically always actively pinging for all of these. You may perceive, as I said before, there's noises, there's the dripping of water, there's the sound of fauna, there's even the sound of flora, right? If you can imagine that mushrooms and plants and things might be growing and moving and even expanding. You can occasionally hear them. They're loud enough to be heard. Sometimes something snaps. As far as you're concerned, you can't tell that anything seems particularly threatening, which doesn't mean it isn't. It just means that you haven't necessarily sensed that there's danger.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Cracker.
I'm going to move to here stealthily.
Mm-hmm.
And my ears are open. 9, passive perception.
Oh, yeah. All right.
And, I'm doing the same sort of glancing around, making sure there's nothing going on.
Okay. So if you're stealthing, then that's a hide action, which would mean you can't do an active perception check, but you can hide.
Are we? I thought we were stealthily going over here, but I guess
if you're stealthing, then you have to move at least half movement. If you're trying to be super stealthy.
I'm not trying to be super stealthy. I'm just following these guys. I don't know what.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. As Cracker gets closer, she notices that there are a lot of little mushrooms, like very small myconids, sort of moving around slowly around the base of Igmorgus. Some of them appear to be darker, and other ones appear to be brighter. And she can only tell this from this distance because they're offsetting. They have slightly different glows about them. Occasionally, you see the little ones that are brighter colored, apparently detaching or working to detach one of the tendrils. And the blue creatures don't seem to notice that they're being detached. But once in a while, you see, 7 or 8 of them sort of jump on one of these things and sort of start to move it away. The darker ones seem to be trying to reverse whatever the lighter color was.
All right, I let everybody know. Well, I let these 2 know. I don't let those guys know yet, but
Yep.
Kind of whisper it to Dylan.
Okay. Lilith.
I'm also walking up to here, and Ivy is too. Flying over this difficult terrain.
Okay.
And I would like to see through Ivy's eyes and also do a perception check, but with advantage, because owls have advantage on that.
Okay. What's your roll?
+1 then. Oh wait. Oh, 20.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
21.
Okay. you can actually see the individual mushrooms that are working on the tendrils that are glowing. And the darker ones, you can see them as well. I'll put them up in a second. I'm having a little trouble with Roll20. Here we go. There's almost a little tussle going on with them. It's not like they're fighting each other. It's almost like they just don't know that they exist. And one group seems to be sort of just on, they both seem to be on automatic pilot. And one of them just seems to be doing its maintenance work, and the other one just seems to be doing its maintenance work. Nobody seems to be aware of each other. Aside from that, you realize that these guys. Oh, why don't you stop doing that, please? Oh, why? Okay, one. You realize that the blue guys are. They are not only walking around, but they seem to also have occasionally little things that pop out of them. And one sec. They look very small. They seem to be humanoid looking. They look sort of like a myconid, but not quite.
Weird.
And sometimes one of them jumps in to one of the blue ones, and then a moment later pops out of a different blue one. Oh, this thing's killing me. Off in the distance, you also hear the faint mooing that you have come to recognize as one of the soy cows. For lack of a better description.
All right. Soy cow.
You can hear it, you can't see it, but it sounds like it's coming from the other side of Igmorgus.
I whisper that to the party.
Okay. Pourquoi? Yvonne, make it stop.
What am I doing?
No, not you. I'm just telling you. I'm just asking to stop. Tell Roll20 to behave.
Behave. Cut that out.
It's not listening to you. What is going on? Why is it doing that? Okay, keep going. Just tell me what your rolls are. Okay, I've got to relaunch Roll20. Who is next?
So I am, and I'm moving behind these guys.
Okay.
That's it.
Are you going to use your action for anything?
No.
That glowing mushroom's amazing.
I left it.
So fickle. Okay. All right. I guess it's Moxie's turn again, right?
Yeah, I guess it is. She's kind of gonna look at everybody because she doesn't want to repeat her past mistakes. She does learn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, Moxie learns. Maybe Cracker will get off her tail one of these days.
You know, proof pudding, something like that.
Exactly. Because she knows what the plan is, but doesn't want to actually like start anything. So for now, she's just going to kind of look at everybody and wait. But at the same time, because she can, she's going to give one of her little bardic inspirations to Cracker.
Oh. Oh.
It's nice.
You guys.
So nice.
Aw.
We're one big
Okay.
happy family.
Yeah. Until combat starts. You're on your own. I'll never forget you.
Next time, tell me the plan, you stupid cow.
Everybody's Kate Winslet leaving Leonardo DiCaprio to freeze in the water. There was enough space on that door. Okay. Very good. Yeah, I mean, you haven't done anything that other than creeping up on it, so far it appears nobody thinks of you as anything other than just part of the background. So, Delin.
Until now. I am going to move up in front of Cracker to make space for Sinise, so she can come next to Cracker and get a fire bead on her turn.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm going to rip a fire bead off Cracker's necklace, and I am going to throw it over.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, that'll be the, can you get that range?
I think so.
60 feet. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Let's roll an 8d6 for damage.
8.
And yep. And then I mean you caught 3 blue guys and one of these little guys in the blast radius, to say nothing of Zuckmoy. So I'll let you roll for Zuckmoy. I'll let each of the rest of you roll for a blue guy, and Daria, you roll for the little guy.
Oh god, 3 ones. Shouldn't be possible. But an 8 for Zuckboy.
Okay. Yes. So cue dramatic fight music, which I won't use because it's too loud. The let's see, 1.
There you go.
Very good. I like it. Yeah.
Put
Okay.
that on repeat.
Yeah.
Just keep going. All right, Daria. What does it look like and smell like when the little guy starts to just explodes? Anything in particular?
Poof.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Let's see. Yeah. And she is going to. She looks up. Oh, actually, let me do the blue guys first. 13, 17, and 12. Okay.
I'm just curious, is this like a surprise round kind of thing? Because she didn't know
There's
we were
no
here?
surprise rounds anymore in
Okay.
5th edition. I agree with you. I'm used to playing with surprise, but it's too confusing for people apparently. So basically what will happen is there's no reaction if they're surprised. You, of course, don't know if she is surprised. But your point is what exactly?
Wondering. I just didn't know.
Yeah, there's no surprise round. There's only. So the way it works is, and it is confusing, I agree. If you had the initiative, so what I've done is I've just said whoever instigates the combat will start the combat at that person's
Point,
turn,
okay.
unless they decided to, delay it for later. So everybody who went or would have went before loses their action for that round. So technically, because of where Delin is and where the blue guys are, there is actually essentially a surprise round, right? But once the initiative has passed, so that the blue guys, they went first, Delin's gone now, they won't have their reaction until the next round because they lost the reaction. But after that, you guys will all be on the same footing. Now, Zuckmoy is Zuckmoy, so whether or not she has something different, you don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Can she even be surprised, for example, right? Or in the traditional sense. Okay. So Zuckmoy, these 3 guys they all start bursting into flames. It was 22 points, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they're all burning up. They're all still alive, but there's the air is filled with the crispy smells of burning fungus and mold. It isn't like a nice roasted shiitake mushroom at a Japanese restaurant. It's gross, but they're definitely still around. Zuckmoy looks at you and simply snaps her fingers, and nothing seems to happen to her.
Freaking
Cracker.
balls.
Mm.
I'm just gonna follow suit, and I'm gonna be chucking that. And my center would be 5 feet lower, right? So if
Sorry,
Delenn's was
you're.
here, then mine
Yeah.
would be here.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Well, you just
Okay.
measure it out from yourself.
Yep. So I had the wrong thing open here.
It's okay.
I actually kind of like this new interface. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna aim
So
for
you-
here.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can
And-
do the right click and then still hold it down, and then give yourself both the distance for the initial leg and then the secondary leg.
Oh,
So if you
okay,
want to do
hold on.
that, and then give yourself the radius from the point of impact.
If I go to here, can I just hit her square in the face?
Sure. I mean,
Okay, I'm
technically,
gonna-
the spell won't make any difference in terms of mechanics, but yes, you can.
Actually,
But if you do this, right?
okay.
And then,
I see.
right. So then
Okay.
we can see how far out you're going to get in terms of hitting other people. Right. So you could do that. If you place it there, you'll get the same people that were hit by the first one,
No, I won't get.
if that's what you're trying to do.
She won't get this one if she goes 5 feet off.
Get that back guy.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So,
Okay, I'm just trying to keep it away from the big mushroom. I don't wanna
well,
get big
okay. So
maybe.
let's not worry about it. You can definitely position it to get. There's definitely a way to. Pretty sure do this. So that you get. Oh. Ooh, that's close. Yeah. We'll say you can get all three of them. Same one. If that's what you're trying to do.
Doing. I'm a chucking.
Okay. 86.
You got 3
Okay.
6s. That's
Nice.
much better.
Still two ones, but
Yeah.
yeah. Oof.
Okay. Wow. All right. Go ahead and roll for Zuckmoy, and each of you roll for the blue ones, and I'll have Laura will roll. Oh, there's nothing. Oh, one of you sits this one out, I guess. Susan, you want to sit this one out?
Sure.
Okay.
Don't
Ooh.
like how this is laid out.
Yeah.
Can't get rid
So
of this thing.
Zuckmoy blinks, and again nothing happens. Let's see. This one that Henry had to roll goes up in flames and literally just explodes. This one that Daria rolled also explodes. And the one that Laura rolled is still alive. Okay.
Super.
Does anything
Super.
happen to
Yeah,
the
there you go.
tendrils?
That was my next
That's a good question. Yes. This tendril is destroyed. And as it is destroyed, you hear a loud hissing sound and then a snap. This one is destroyed. This one is destroyed. But these two down here are not destroyed. Probably because they didn't get the full force of the fireball. I know the spell doesn't work that way, but in this case, just work with me.
Yep.
I'm saying that the percentage of it is, it's like a percentage thing.
Yep.
Okay. Cracker? Anything else for Cracker?
No, I'm gonna just stay here.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Byleth.
I'm also gonna throw my fireball.
Okay.
And I also think that I want to have it hit in the same direction that the other ones were doing it to get
Okay.
this little guy.
Okay.
Because he's also an enemy, and I think that's like more important.
Yeah.
And I'm
Sure.
trusting the other two with stringies.
Okay.
86.
Yes.
Mhm.
And you can roll Zuckmoy save. All right.
Nice.
Zuckmoy blinks again
Yeah.
and looks at you and says, "No,
Oh, not even with a 1.
not even with a 1." But the rest of you can. Let's see. Susan, you rolled for the blue guy.
All right. 9.
All right,
Yes,
and this guy will
nice.
go and explode. All right, Zanice. Sorry, is there anything? Oh, sorry, Daria. Laura, is there anything else for you or Ivy?
No, I think Ivy's gonna be really intimidated by the no. So she's
Okay.
gonna hide behind me. But I'm
Right.
trying to stay strong. Being like, yes.
All right. Yeah, demon goddess, die. Okay. Sorry about that, Daria.
No problem. So if I move through Moxie, it's half my movement. It's double.
Yeah.
Speak.
So that's 10 feet instead of 5. Or sorry,
so
if so that's 10 feet to get through Moxie Square, and then
Watch the
so I'm
toes.
moving here.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Okay. Yep.
And I'm taking a fireball. And yeah, why not? Here.
Okay.
So it's 86.
Yes. Sorry, where did you place it? I didn't see it. Okay. All right. 86, and it'll just be Zuckmoy that you're targeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it. I mean, go ahead and roll her save is what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there's a little bit of singeing now on her. It's like just tiniest bit. As you can barely notice it, but it smells delicious. Anything else for Zanice?
No.
Okay. Moxie, you get to go again.
All right. Moxie's watching all of this and wondering if these fireballs are actually doing anything
Mm-hmm.
to Zuckmoy, because they seem to be like not even like she's like, ooh, that tickles.
Mm-hmm.
So so out of curiosity, because you can, let me make sure I've got enough space. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so she's going to move up 5 feet. We're not going to toss a fireball because we don't think they're doing any good. But cast Detect Thoughts on Zuckmoy.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because she can.
Sure. Post it. Nice. Good work there editing it. Might want to add the spell name at the top of the text, because the way Detect Thoughts is laid out in Roll20, it doesn't include it.
Yeah.
That's not your fault. That's just Roll20 does that sometimes. Okay.
Mhm.
So you'll get the surface thoughts, right? If you want to delve any deeper, you need to she'll get a saving throw.
Can I just say something to be
Mhm.
kind of a devil's
Mhm.
advocate? It's within 30 feet.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was
Mr.
going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can run up to her.
30 feet. Yeah, that I thought that was in there somewhere, but I completely missed it. So
Yep.
apparently we don't know anything.
Well, do you want to run up to her? You can run up to her.
I do not want to run up to her.
You sure?
Positive.
Please? Oh, come on.
You just
Come
want
on.
are you that tired of Moxie that you want to splat her across the ground already?
No, not at all. I just you guys Come on,
Some
you
fun.
guys. Just, you know.
we're too cautious. Yeah. So I guess there's no. If I throw a fireball over here, that's gonna take out these little guys who seem to have been doing the right thing. But these tendrils are annoying, and we need to let Ignomorgus live. So then I guess we will, knowing that it's not going to affect Mushroom Lady here, but these bad guys need to go somewhere, so I guess we'll toss it. Nope, now we're not tossing myself.
So just to be clear, we've had 4 fireballs so far.
Yep.
Leaving
And we
9.
got 5 left.
Okay. Just to keeping track. Yep. So what is all this spaghetti? Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna toss it kind of in this general vicinity. Oop, wrong button. Toss one over here. See if we can't get all these other little bad guys. And the
Okay, so you're trying to
tendrils.
avoid hitting the lighter ones. Is that what you're trying to do?
Trying to avoid these 3 down here,
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
but hit everything else.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say you can do that. And you'll get it, Zuckmoy as well. So go ahead and roll your 8d6. Daria, would you roll for the little guy here? And the other 3 are not going to need a roll because they'll be incinerated. But you go ahead. Okay, and Susan also rolled a save for Zuckmoy.
Nice.
All right.
That take out the tendrils too, I hope.
Yeah, so the tendrils, they're looking pretty bad because there was some partial damage on a couple of them, and then one that was sort of more full on. Probably one more will do. Zuckmoy's starting to look like she's taking a little bit of singe damage, but it's, I mean, you know, what do you want to say, right? You didn't think this was going to be easy.
Against a goddess, never.
I mean, you guys are improving, but you're not at that level yet. But you're getting close. Okay, blue guys. There's only one blue guy left, technically. Oh, and this guy, Daria rolled a 9. Yeah, this one also goes up in flames. Well done. So this blue guy starts to hear the fireballs go off, sees the explosions, and starts shambling forward. It moves slowly and methodically, and it looks like it's pumping its fist like it's running, but it's moving so slowly it's almost a caricature of a fat guy running. Zuckmoy hisses at all of you and puts 2 of her spindly hands across her belly, almost as if she's trying to shield her wound. And she points a finger in your general direction, and you hear the sound of the earth next to you, the muck, start to bubble and boil, and you see sections of dirt and the detritus just get shoved aside as a giant bald head rises up out of the muck. And standing up before you is a giant covered in spores and mushrooms and all kinds of infestation.
Does he have a belt?
Yes.
Oh, Henrietta, don't ever change. He's going to give you a belt is what he's going to do. Let's see. Henrietta, you get to roll 1 attack roll, and Yvonne, you get to roll the other attack roll. And they're going to get spread out, 1 for each of Moxie and Zanice. Uh-oh.
Oh, yes.
Ah.
Nice.
All right. What is Moxie's armor class?
13.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay. All right. So, Zanice. Henrietta, you get to roll the damage.
Yay, me.
3d8 plus 6.
Oh.
16.
What? What? That's outrageous. Okay. So, Zanice, you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as this gigantic stone club comes down upon your tiefling horned head.
Okay, and can I cast Hellish Rebuke on him?
Yeah, post it. So is that half damage? I forgot.
No.
Oh, right. You just do damage on him. Right. Okay. So he's going to take 10 fire damage if he fails. So go ahead and roll his save. That actually is going to save. He'll take some damage, but he doesn't seem... frankly, he doesn't seem overly bothered, if I'm being honest. But he's like one mushroom, like exploded in flames. Delin.
Yes. I think I am going to grab another fire bead and try and take out the 2 last tendrils. So
Okay.
just hitting her and the tendrils just to try and get those off.
Okay.
3-8.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, finally.
Okay.
Let's see.
So
Save for her.
okay. So you are targeting her as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So first
Her
of
and the
all, let's see. Where did you place this fireball?
I was hoping to kind of, let's see. If I get up here. Oh my god, sorry. Kind of, no, I need to get more tendrils. Like that. So
Okay.
I'm not hitting
So
the
you
small.
avoid those.
Yeah, and get most of the
Okay.
tendrils.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. All right.
Does that count as casting a spell? Or am I range attack?
No.
Okay.
Well, okay. So typically, when you use a device, it is actually like as if you cast a spell. So if you're trying to cast another spell,
Mm-hmm.
like a bonus action spell, is that what you're thinking of doing?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure it does count as a spell. If you want to look it up and correct me, that's fine. I believe that's how it's supposed to work.
Then we'll say it is for now, and I'm going.
Yeah,
to
we'll
look
fix
it
it
up.
going back.
Um.
I would do it. It's just a little bit slower for me. So
Yeah, I can do it. I just.
okay. So do you want to do something else first, and then?
Yeah. I am going to. When the giant hit, did it seem that he could reach farther than kind of 5 feet?
He's huge. I mean, he's a huge creature, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't mean huge like generically huge. He is literally not a medium or large creature. He's a huge creature, and his arm swing could have easily covered all of you.
Okay. So I'm not gonna move.
Okay. Yes, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use a wild shape now. I'll check the bonus action first.
Okay.
That's me.
Cool. Cracker.
And the tendrils are still there, or they're gone?
The two. Sorry. These two tendrils. Actually, yeah, they are. Yeah, that's right. They are gone. Let me make sure I delete the tendril. Oh. And as they do, you hear some final hissing coming from Igmorgus. Your turn, Cracker.
Because I'm kind of like this. Susan, stop it.
Sorry. I was trying to see something.
Okay,
I will
now
stop
you can do it. Now you can do it.
No,
Okay.
you're good.
I just wanted to move over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna take a swing because I just saw what happened, and my
Mhm.
brain's now off the fireball thing because I can see I saw the burning of the tendrils, right? So I don't think
Yeah, you
I
see
need
the
to do
tendrils
that.
are gone. Yep.
Okay. And I throw caution to the wind, and I'm already raging, so I am gonna take a swing at this guy because I'm thinking, giant. That was a beautiful hammer. So I'm gonna swing my great
Okay.
axe.
Okay.
And one more swing. So
Yeah.
sorry, I forgot to
So
turn advantage on. So
okay. So the advantage will go in the first one.
yep.
So we'll say that 26 is the first one with the advantage on the first one. So that'll count. And
More
we'll use the
swing.
2 plus 14, and then a second
Okay.
one without advantage. So just one
Yep.
more time. Okay, so
Sorry, I'm
that's
coughing.
gonna miss. That's okay.
Okay.
So you'll do
Spores are getting
16
to me.
points. Yeah, exactly. Well done. Yes. So yeah, big chunk goes flying. Good job.
Me.
Anything else? Byleth.
I think I want to use my waste of time to slow
Mm.
both of them. Also this guy and of course this guy. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they both need to do a wisdom save.
Okay, great.
And I think I'm gonna use my 8 from the portent for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then one other 11 for the other.
Okay. Yes, the blue one will definitely fail. Me. Okay. And what was your roll for the other one? 11?
An 8.
You rolled an 8 for the one
I
that you didn't
used-
use a portent?
Oh no, that was an 11.
Yeah. Okay.
11
So
for the blue
11
guy,
for the giant, right? Is that right?
no, 11 for the
For the
other
blue
guy.
guy.
Yeah,
And
and
the 8
then
for the giant.
8 for the giant, yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so the giant is affected, and the blue guy is also affected. They both seem
Yay.
to slow down. So they'll take a -2 to AC and -2 to dexterity saving throws. On its turn, it can use either an action or a bonus action, but not both. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well done.
And that's it.
Okay, Zanice.
So, gonna
How does Zanice feel?
pretty bad.
Okay.
So she's gonna move.
Okay, so just to remember, okay, yeah, she can't. Yeah, no, that's right. You're right. There's no reactions, but that's fine. Okay.
Magic
that's fine.
missile giant.
Okay. 2, 4, 8, 10. Okay. Let's hear it.
Pew pew pew.
Very good. Well done. Anything else for Zanice? Okay. Moxie.
Moxie. Well, let's see here. I guess Moxie will, because she can't do much. On the giant, because she isn't quite sure how smart he is. She's just going to cast Hideous Laughter,
Mm-hmm.
trying to knock him on his tail.
Okay. Well done. As you cast the spell, you realize although it looks like a giant and it walks like a giant, it has this sort of vacant, vacuous look in its eyes. In fact, the eyes don't even seem to really respond. And you realize it's not really a giant.
This
And
looks like one.
it probably was a giant, but it's no longer a giant.
Gotcha. So it has no intelligence.
Well, it's got some intelligence, but it doesn't meet the mechanical requirements for the spell. It doesn't really seem to react to. You're
Okay.
not going to be having a conversation over a cocktail.
Gotcha. All right. Well, she tried and failed. Moral is,
She did try.
don't try on things that are risen by Zuckmoy. Got it.
If it's got plants growing on it, it's probably not really humanoid or
Yeah.
intelligent. Okay. So that'll be their turn now. This guy will shuffle forward 1, 2, 3, and will try to attack Delin. Yvonne, would you like to roll an attack roll?
10?
A 10, you say? What's Delin's armor class?
16.
Wow. Okay, so that's going to miss, but actually there's another attack. So, Laura, you roll the second one.
Can I make 2 attacks with slow?
Yeah.
Uh,
Post
yeah.
it again. I think it doesn't allow you to do a bonus action, but it's one.
Yeah, I think they
It's
can
part of
only
one
do-
action. It's part of
Mhm.
one. Huh?
Yeah.
You think you're right?
No, I also.
Wait, hang on. It can't make more than one melee or range attack during its turn. Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, okay. I apologize. Because it's technically one attack, but yeah, you're right. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
Good job. Okay, so that'll be the one attack, and this guy, I guess, also can only do one attack. So, Laura, you get to roll the attack. Who should it
Yay.
attack? Byleth.
Me?
Yeah, I won't let you roll the one attack. Susan, you can roll the attack on
Aw.
Byleth.
All right. Come on. 1.
Oh my god!
What the fuckies?
I'll take
Susan,
it.
go,
Thank
take
you.
yourself to
To
the
my
nearest
first-
casino.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it is great. So Zuckmoy will climb up off of her mushrooms and sort of slide over to Igmorgus. And you see her stretch out both of her arms as she tries to embrace Igmorgus. And her face just literally dives into the side of Igmorgus's mushroom cap. And a huge chunk of Igmorgus just turns black and seems to disappear. The next thing you know, Igmorgus starts to wither from within and then becomes darker and darker. And suddenly, where it looked like just a very large mushroom, you see what appear to be facial features, eyes, teeth. It starts moving around and writhing, wiggling as if stretching itself, reaching up towards the cavern sky. And Zuckmoy, having sated herself, looks at each of you in turn and winks out.
Aw, I was going to kill her. It was my turn. She was close to
Damn it.
death, right?
Yeah,
Very
abs-
bloodied.
absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were winning. Yeah, absolutely.
And
Okay.
Did the giant mushroom turn evil?
But it looks like.
Do you think a dispel magic would help?
Never know.
Disease, right? Disease.
I feel like we're having a committee here. Lynn,
Sorry. I
do we
looked up.
want to order some,
Yeah.
breakfast croissant and some coffee for this? We
They have
sit down and
Chinese here?
discuss it.
Cessna
In
takeaway.
China,
Yeah.
they just call it food. They don't call it Chinese food. All right, Delin.
Yeah.
Short of actually entering the committee, what do you want to do?
Well, I looked up the fireball bead thingy, and I haven't found anything official, but it says that when it's a bead, you don't have to kind of activate it as a spell. You just have to throw it, so it doesn't
Okay.
count as casting a spell.
Okay.
But
Because it's part of the DMG. I'll double check it, but yeah, I'm sure that makes sense. It's certainly. I'm not saying that either of them is wrong. I just I don't remember off the top of my head what it is for that specific one.
there's a lot of items that says that you can use an action to cast the disguise self, for example. So you do the action to cast the spell when you have an item that can cast it, but with the fire bead it just says that you use an action to throw it. It doesn't say that you have to activate it.
That makes sense. Okay. So you can go ahead and do a bonus action spell if you want.
Yeah, I was just gonna do a healing word on Zenith.
Okay.
Level 2. So that's 12, actually.
Yeah, there you go, Zenith. You can say thanks if you want.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So polite.
Yeah. Okay, so the mushroom guy is also slowed, right? The fungus.
Yeah, they both seem to be moving slowly. Yep.
Yeah. I am going to move first of all, and and what should we do about the giant?
Light him on fire.
Yeah. I don't have a fire spell. I have a lightning spell. I am going to cast Moonbeam.
Ooh. Okay. That's how it sounds when you say it.
Moonbeam.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Very nice.
I think it's when he starts his turn.
Okay. I think we have a moonbeam. Here we go.
It's first time on a turn, or when it starts its turn there.
Is it 5 foot or 10 foot?
It's a 5-foot radius.
Yep. Just change it so you can move it.
Looks like he has a halo.
Right
on top of it. I'm gonna put it back here so that it doesn't hit Cracker or Oxy.
Okay. Yep.
Should I just roll his save now?
Why don't you do it on his turn so we
Okay.
can remember?
Mhm.
Who knows what'll happen before then?
Yep.
Okay, good. Cracker.
Raging. It wouldn't make sense for me to leave. I'm just like kind of losing my mind here. But I might move a little bit over here.
Okay.
And I'm still going to take a swing at this bloody thing.
Okay.
I'm swinging at the giant.
Mm-hmm.
There's my... Sorry. So still recklessly attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Because that thing freaks me out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my first... I think it's funny. They're both the same. And there's
Mhm.
my second attack.
Okay. They will both miss. Well, they don't miss exactly. They bounce off of his thick, tough, stony exterior. He's a giant, but he also looks like he's basically made out of stone.
Seem disappointed.
I mean, it's fair that you would be disappointed. Anything else for Cracker?
Nope. Holding
Okay.
steady. Making
All
sure
right.
everybody gets away.
Okay. Good job. Violet?
Gonna go here. Is that out of no? Yeah. And then I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb on this guy. Hoping it hits on level 1.
Wow. Yes. So
Yeah.
that will hit. Well done.
Very cool.
Well, what was the... Yeah. damage
Fire
type.
damage.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Big chunks of fire, explosions, mushrooms burning, flesh burning, stony exterior looking all scorched and blackened. Zanice.
Cast Tasha's mind whip on the giant.
Sorry, what? Oh, Tasha's
Tasha's
mind whip. Oh, I've never seen this spell before. Let's see. So it's just a damage attack. Why is there saving throw? Oh, you make a saving throw. So why is there an attack? Okay, so we don't need the attack roll. I guess I guess we need to make an edit. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you do that when you have a chance, please?
Yeah.
Great. Thanks. Okay. So it's a saving throw for intelligence. Ooh. Wow. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't say anything about this. Yep. It doesn't have to be an intelligent creature. Okay. Very good. Gets a move, an action, or bonus action. Gets only one of the three. Just remind me if I forget about that, please. Yeah, so the thing just like whips out and it seems to shake its head. It looks very, very unhappy about that. Anything else for Zanice?
Just a little. Fuck.
Okay. So it is 12. At the rate we're going, I don't think we're going to finish within like 10 minutes.
Mm-mm.
And you don't really know what's going to happen with Igmorgus now. Shall we stop here and pick up next week?
Works for me.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if people wanted to keep going, I can keep going, but it'll take more than 15 minutes. So I know some of you have to go to bed and stuff. Okay, so we'll take a break then,
care.
and we'll pick up. Okay, all right.
Well, I would also
Go
like
for
to
another half
continue, but
hour.
if someone,
Yeah.
if someone else,
Yard work's
has
not going to
something
do it
do.
itself.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll pick it up next week. Yeah, and you guys can. I mean, technically, you're in combat, but I'll let you guys do committee if you wanted to figure out what you want to do, because Igmorgus doesn't look happy. All you've done is piss off Zuckmoy, and now she knows who you are.
Yeah.
You got a couple of dudes in front of you who, well, you're doing a good job slowing them down and stopping them, so well done there. And yeah, and you still have how many fireball beads left?
3.
3.
3? 3 beads. Can somebody write it down in the chat so we don't forget?
I have it in my notes.
Okay.
So.
My attempt to write left-handed quickly. 3 fubble.
We'll put it with mine so we know that they're fubal beads.
Yeah, fubble beads, exactly. Okay, well, terrific. I hope you guys had fun. I certainly did. And no one's died yet, so.
Not yet.
Yet.
Keyword yet.
Yet. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next Sunday, and have a lovely, safe, and fun week.
You as
You
well.
too.
You too.
Thank you.
Have a
too.
good one, ladies.
Take
Bye,
care.
everyone.
Bye.
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 Take care.
Bye.